Listen, my first guest tonight is one of the screen's finest actresses. She's been in more than 70 motion pictures. I wonder if any film buff can mention the name of the first movie she was in America. She has 3 Academy Award nominations. She's reached the peak of stardom in New York with her Tony winning interpretation of Mame in Mame, and she will be doing summer stock tour of Mame for people who missed it. Will you welcome, please, the beautiful Angela Lansbury. You know, when I was introducing you, I was thinking I thought I knew the first American film you made, but I may be wrong. Does it?
What do you think it was?
Does it have 4 words in the title? Or 5?
Nope.
Does it have the word picture?
Nope.
Oh, then I'm really wrong.
You're really wrong.
Let's see, who's my next guest? I thought it was Picture of Dorian Gray.
You know, you asked me this question 4 years ago. I'm going to answer it correctly now.
Are you implying that I forgot?
No. It's just that, no, you and a lot of people are
4 years ago?
Yeah.
I've never met you before. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll start all over again.
Okay. What was it?
No, the movie was Gaslight.
No, I'm sorry. It was a Picture of Dorian Gray.
What's the difference? It was the Picture of Dorian Gray. You have a lot of company.
There
There are a great many people who would bet good money that my first movie was the portrait of Dorian Gray.
So now I was wrong about picture, portrait, the year, when you were here last.
Yeah, you got the whole thing wrong. And never mind. It's lovely to be here. It's
But
taken me 4 years to get back.
Not as lovely as if I'd gotten some of these things right. Well, no, you've been welcome back. Have they been keeping you off this show?
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but, well, 4 years it's taken me.
I don't know why that is.
No, I'm pulling your
Could
leg.
it be the...
I was too nervous because, I don't know, I admired you very much and I loved the show and I was very nervous to be on it with you, quite honestly.
That's the weirdest thing.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
You, Angela Lansbury, afraid of the little fella from the plains.
Well, you pack a hell of a wallop, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't fool around, sweetheart.
No.
That was Humphrey Bogart. Or Dorian Gray.
No, Dorian.
You were in Dorian Gray, though.
Yeah,
and you
I
were
was.
the young
Sure.
lady in that. Say, you're going to tour now.
Well, what I'm going to do is kind of exciting. I'm going to redo Mame, which was a glorious event in my life 6 years ago, and I've closed in it 4 years ago, but I'm going to do a summer tour for 6 weeks. And I open in Camden, New Jersey at the Camden County Music Fair on the 27th of June.
Will you be getting to Nebraska?
No.
You won't?
No.
They never take theater out where people really need it.
You're absolutely dead right.
Play Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Well,
is it too late to rearrange the tour?
Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people saw Mame in Broken Limb, Nebraska, or wherever, but I wasn't playing the role.
Oh,
But it
did
really
tour,
has been there,
Might have
yes.
played Omaha or something.
Yeah. I was playing a different role in a different show, but I mean, it has been there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It is, you know, there are people who love theater in other parts of the country, just never see it. And, you know, they'll come down out of the mountains to see it in Denver and all, and they really, really get a big kick out of it.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I mean, you know,
The
get
Lutz
it out
used to
there.
go all over.
Well, those were the days of touring when there was no telly, and I mean, really, the theater included going on long tours, but these days, nobody wants to go on long tours. It's too arduous, and there aren't that many theaters, it seems. They seem to have closed them down, or they become movie houses, you know.
You know what would be fun to do if I'd think it would be fun if there were still trains. I mean, good trains to travel in.
Yes.
Because it always looks so great. In the old movies, when somebody goes to the coast, they go on a train, which seems hilarious today.
Yeah, and they wore traveling clothes, and they kind
really-
of dressed the part, and it was all romantic and exciting. It's all part of this great nostalgia we're into at the present of looking back. You noticed that?
Oh, sure. We're really
gosh.
drowning in nostalgia.
Oh, absolutely, up to
Yeah.
here in it. And strange, really. I was as guilty as anybody else, but years and years and years ago. I mean, when I was 17, I was worrying about the 30s and wishing that I'd been a big grown-up lady in the 30s.
So you're nostalgic for the old nostalgia.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
I'm going to go way, way back. I mean, people are going back to the 50s, but I'm going to go back to the 1890s any minute.
Did you just zoom right back?
Oh, absolutely. I
Did
mean,
you-
it's too recent, the 50s, for me.
When you were that age, did you have any choice what you were going to be in life, or were you destined for the theater?
Well, it seems that I was destined.
Your
In
family.
spite of myself. I didn't realize I was, but my mother did. She obviously knew that this was my bent, you know, and she gave me that shove. And I'm very glad she did. I often think that parents don't shove enough. And it is very helpful, because I think when you're young, you can sort of flail around and you don't really quite know where to put your energies, you know. And if somebody tells you, or at least says, well, go in this direction for a while. If it doesn't work, well, throw in the sponge and, you know, go your way. But at least try this. I think this might be for you.
Mm-hmm.
It is helpful. It was for me.
So you don't mind, and you don't feel pushed, and you don't feel that you had a stage mother or any
Oh,
of that
never,
stuff?
never, never, never,
Yeah.
no. No, my mother was an extraordinary inspiration to me. You know, I was very lucky in that respect.
When you go back to England now, do they think you talk like a Yankee?
Sure, they think of me as an American actress, which I am.
Can you remember how you spoke when you first came over here? Could you,
Oh, very well indeed, yes.
was it like that?
Well, I spoke with a bit of an English accent. I talked rather like this, you know, like that.
Yeah.
And a bit of a Cockney accent too, I think, because I was a Londoner. But I lost it, of course, because I have an ear like a parrot, and I pick up all kinds of accents that I'm around.
So
It's very useful.
if you had lived this long in France, you would have a French accent?
Of course. Naturally. What else?
Very bon.
Oh, bon is the word. Je pense.
We'll be right back after this message. You have several residences, I gather. You probably have one here, and I know you have one on the West Coast. And now you're in Ireland, part-time?
Yeah, I have a house in Ireland.
Yeah.
I live there quite a lot of the time, actually. It's as easy to live there as anywhere today. It's very nice.
Is it?
I enjoy it.
Where is it in Ireland? I don't know Ireland. I don't know one end of Ireland from the other.
Well,
but I would-
it's down on the south coast of Ireland. It's in the county Cork. It's what they call a small gentleman's holding, you know.
I don't know what that is.
It's sort of a small house on a small piece of land.
Yeah.
And it's country living at its most.
Did you decide to just move there because it would be calm and get you?
I always had an ambition to have a house there, all these many years, and I had the opportunity to get this house, so I bought it, and then the family sort of drifted in after me, and they took to it like ducks to water, and so my kids are there now, and they really dig it.
Would you rather have them be there than in Southern California?
Yes, I would.
Southern Cal, I almost said.
Right now, yes, I think so. Yes.
Some people are getting a very bizarre image of Southern California because of all their articles about cultism and all the strange things going on there. And I suppose some people think that everywhere you go, there are cauldrons brewing and weird things going on.
Well, yes, cauldrons and all kinds of nasties are springing up all over the place. No, it's very serious. I mean, what is happening in all big cities, and Los Angeles is certainly no exception. And my kids were born and brought up there, and it proved to be too much for them, so we moved to Ireland.
You really wanted to get them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't get them out. I mean, they opted out. They decided that they'd get out, so they did. And they live in the country now.
Am I prying into an area you don't want
No,
to talk
not
about?
at all.
I didn't mean
No,
to be.
no, not at all. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I'm very, I must be frank on that score, because Los Angeles just was not the right climate for my kids. I mean, they just fell into a lot of traps that a lot of young people fall into. Yeah. And they had to get out, so they did.
Would you advise that for most parents whose kids are in trouble?
Of course I would advise it, but my gosh, how many can do it?
Can
you
afford
know,
it.
where can you go?
Yeah.
Where can you go? So, but if you do know a spot, by golly, go there, you know.
Change of scene therapy.
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah.
And, so I'm very grateful that there was that place.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about we have a small film clip from a film you've done.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is on,
gay, giddy topics, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. A delightful movie for everyone. And I play a witch. I wish I could have pulled off a few more spells and cast a little more magic around in life, as I was able to do on the screen. But it's kind of a sweet movie. Did you? You probably didn't see it, but
No.
it's a doozy. It's a lot of fun. I think the clip you have is the one in which I'm performing a large spell with a lot of noise and clatter and
All right.
sort of general carry-on. It's sort of fun.
Take a look at that.
Okay.
Here we are.
It's a silent movie.
It's one of the few silent movies I've seen made in the last few years. They're wonderful. What a wonderful throwback to the old days. Yeah.
I told you I wanted to live life backwards for a while.
That's really getting nostalgic.
Yeah.
At the moment, to be frank with you, we don't know here in the studio whether you heard the sound on that or not. If you did, congratulations, we missed it. Our local stations have a message and we'll be back.